Hi, this is A. Wesley. That ain't who tells it like a TI is. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. The topic I'm going to talk to you today about is Belle Collective Season 2, the premiere episode, which happened last Friday. It started off with Latrice at her house cooking breakfast in the kitchen, and then she was FaceTiming her business partner, and she was telling her that she wanted to have a tea party to invite the girls over, to show the girls, what she had been doing since the last time they were on the show when they had their last reunion. And her business partner said, "Yeah, we could do that. We could do that." And then next thing you know, her husband Ziddy, which is, she calls him Ziddy, but she says his real name is Cliff. And so she was saying that she started her business, her wig line and hair care business with only $300, and she said between in the last 2 years her business has really grown, and she said she had her a wig vending machine, which made her business even more popular. And she was saying that the only new thing about her is her little umps. She was talking about her breast. She had a little breast implant or breast lift or whatever you want to call it. And then while he was in the kitchen, he was saying, he said, "Oh, you ready to cook breakfast?" She said, "Well, I'm trying to improve on myself. I'm trying to do a little bit more cooking for you, since you want me to cook in the kitchen." And then she said that she had Zeddy's daughter staying with them temporarily until she get ready to go to college, and her stepdaughter was named, I think, named Amber. And she said, "Amber, how you doing? You like rep?" She said, "Yeah." And Zeddy told her, "You ready to have another baby?" And let Latrice said, "No, you already have 5 kids." And she said, "Yeah, he had five." I think she said he had five kids. I think she has 3 sons and 2 daughters, something like that. But Amber is one of the daughters. She's getting ready to go to college. She was saying, "You don't spend enough time with children as it is." She said, "Amber, how many times do you see your daddy?" Amber looked kind of funny. "Well, I see him. I see him a little bit more better now, since I'm staying with y'all a little bit." And so after that, it switched to the next scene, and the next scene was Lateshia talking about all of her business and stuff, and she went back to where she was trying to build that old neighborhood. But like she said, she had so much pushback from the city because it was a historical landmark in Mississippi, because she was trying to have like a whole mall full of her businesses and other women that she wanted to bring along. But she said she's still going to try that, but she had to go ahead on and start her Lateshia Enterprises in another building. And she said she has 3 other businesses inside of that Lateshia Enterprise and stuff like that. And so while she was talking about, her backstory of her business, and how her business has prospered and stuff, she got a person who was walking in. I think his name was Cedric or something. Anyway, but he kind of walked in, and then she kind of said that she was separated from her husband Glen, because Glen had cheated on her. After he re-proposed to her, and she was saying that Glenn was supposed to come and pick up their son from her mom's house, and then Glenn was saying why he had to come pick up his son from her mom's house. They should be together. They should be together. And Latrice, not Latrice, and Latisha said, "You know what you did, Glenn. You know what you did. Your son is waiting on you. Your son is waiting on you." He was looking all kind of funny. And then when Glenn left, Letitia started crying to her mom, telling her mom that her son is used to the family being together and stuff like that. It's affecting her son. It's affecting her son. She could tell from the way he acted, and her mama said, "It's gonna be all right." It's gonna be all right. She told my mom, "I don't know what to do. I'm confused." So she started crying. Then it switched back to Tambria going to the radio station, and she was saying that in the last 2 years, her 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 lunchtime show, her 12 o'clock show, is the #1 show on the radio right now, and stuff like that. And she said she also started her own tea line, and stuff like that. What she make what she has you know, she has tea that she's selling like online, and she made a tea business where you could buy her tea and stuff. And then after that it switched back to 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 Lateshia talking to her business partner about about her friend Tamara, and she was saying, "Well, I want to have an event, and I want to invite all of the girls." And then her friend said, "Are you going to invite that Tamara?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm going to invite Tamara. Tamara is one of my new friends." She said, "Oh, Tamara is your friend now." And I can't think of the other lady's name. And she said, "Yeah, she's my friend." She said, "Well, she's just your fake friend. I'm your real friend." She says, "Is this something that you want to tell me about you and Tamara?" And she said, "Well, maybe you should ask Tamara." And then it switched back to, switched back to Tamara going into the fertility clinic, and the mom was supposed to meet her there, and so they both met with the doctors, and the doctor was she was asking the doctor was it okay for her to still try to have a baby after she had surgery. And then they showed a picture of her where she had a surgery last year for to remove those fibroid tumors. I know my mom used to have those fibroid tumors because she used to tell me when she was young, and also my sister that lives in California have them, but for some reason I never had them. But anyway, back to the story. I mean, back to the scene. And so the doctor said, y'all be very careful, because have y'all had unprotected sex yet?" And then Tabria said, "No, we ain't had unprotected sex yet. We ain't even have sex yet. We just trying to make sure that everything is all right." He said, "Well, yeah, you could still have since we took the fibroid tumors out, you could still have a baby." And she said, "Can I have a baby naturally?" And he said, "Well, yeah, you could still have a baby naturally." He said, "But if not, we will go through the other procedures." And then she said, "Now me and Demar want to try to have a baby naturally." And so after that, it switched back. It switched back to. It switched back to. Switched back to Latrice. It switched back to Latrice. Going to her businesses and talking and looking at her wig shop, and talking about how her business has grown and grown and grown. And then she was getting then she was talking to a partner about do they have everything ready and fixed up. And she was telling her partner that she really don't like, she's gonna have a tea party, but she's not gonna have a tea party like people normally think. And she said she don't like no crumpets, and she don't like that other stuff. She's gonna have a tea party where it's gonna have a little bit of liquor in her tea, and the girls gonna be served at the door. And then after that, it switched to the next scene where Marie yeah, it switched to that scene where Marie was talking about all of the businesses that she had, and she was saying her name is called Marie Monroe now. And she was saying she got a new look, a new blonde look. She's wearing a blonde wig now. And so she was talking to her she was talking to her business partner Marie, and Marie said that she has opened up several clinics, and she was the first clinic in Mississippi to open up an opioid clinic to help people who are addicted to opioid. And then after that, she was saying a tragedy happened. A tragedy happened, and she was saying, and they kind of showed flashbacks on the news where a gunshot shooting. I don't know if it was a drive-by or what, but it was a gunshot shooting, and they shot up, I think, a car. I don't know if it was a Ford Bronco one, but it was a car, and they were saying that the 18-year-old woman in the car died from the bullet wounds, but the little child that was in the car was unharmed. And Marie said that she know that that was God covering that baby, and she was saying that she has to help her grown son. She was already helping her grown son with the kids anyway, but now she got to help him with this baby. And so while she was telling the story, and she was saying that was such a tragedy, and she asked her son, she said, how do you feel about stuff? And he said, it's still unreal to me. It's still unreal to me that she's gone. How I'm gonna tell my baby she's gone? She said, well, I'm gonna help you as long as you stay in school and do what you got to do. And I'll help you with the babies and stuff. And while she would have the baby in her lap, the baby kind of poo-pooed on her, and that was a laugh, little comical scene. But then, like I said, she also said that a drug addicted mom had moved in with her because she had left rehab and she was doing good. And then it switched back to Lateshia talking to her friend. And again, and her friend told her, she said, you know that man that I was secretly dating, and I kept telling you about, and I told you his name was Greedy. And you said, yeah, I know you did tell me his name was Greedy, but I ain't never heard nobody named Greedy. She said, well, he's also known as Damon. She said, what, Damon? Tamara's man? She said, yeah, Tamara's man is dating me. She said, what? I'm so surprised. So Lateshia was so surprised by that. And then the next thing you know, it switched to the party, and so Latrice was looking around and everything, and she was saying, "Oh, everything looks good, everything looks good." She said, "All this catering stuff that I'm doing and checking out stuff, my business partner was supposed to be checking out, but she's never on time." And then they showed a picture of her business partner getting out of the car, and she was late, and then she dropped something, and she picked it up, and she came on in, and Latrice was telling the bartenders that when the guests arrived, offered them a drink. And so the guests started arriving, and then so Tamara said, "Ooh, what's this?" It said, "Ooh, this is tea. Is this really tea?" She said, "You know, it's a little tea with a little spice in it." And then Lateshia came up and she said, "Ooh, this tea, it don't taste like tea. I don't want it." And so they got to Tamara and said, "Ooh, the thing look real pretty. Latrice, we like it. So everybody got to sitting down, and then she said, "Oh, this is my new friend. Her name is So Gucci, but her real name is Sophia Williams, and she's a real estate agent, and plus she owned her own gym and spa and stuff." And so everybody was nice to So Gucci, and so they got to sitting down talking, and then Lateshia says, this all you invited, Latrice?" Latrice said, "Yeah, you know why I invite Marie." She said, "Oh, okay." And then so after that, Lateshia got to sitting down, and she said, "Tambria, is you and Damon still dating?" She said, "Oh yeah, we're still dating. We're going strong." And she said, "Y'all still trying to have a baby?" She said, "Oh yeah, we are still trying to have a baby. We want to have a baby naturally." And then Tambria said in her confessional, "I know why Lateshia was asking me all these questions. I know she's having problems with her marriage, but that don't mean that me and Damon gonna have problems." And so what it is, she said, "Since y'all still trying to have a baby, is y'all gonna have it naturally?" I said, "Oh yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to have it naturally." She said, "But all I really need is the ring now." It was the ring now. Tabria said, "All you need is the ring now," and stuff like that. And she said, "Yeah," and she said, "Yeah," and then and then after that, she said, Lateshia said to Tambria, she said, "Even though a man might give you a ring, you still might be married and he still might be cheating on you. Look what Jay-Z did to Beyonce. Look at this person. She was talking about all the people who had been married and who had been cheated on. And then so she was saying, well, I know the situation with you and Glen and stuff. And then they were saying, yeah, she said, yeah, because Glen cheated on me, and it's rumored that the woman he cheated on with me is having a baby. And I said I didn't want to be take care of nobody else's baby. Me and Glen already got a child myself. So Gucci interjected and said, huh, what? She said, if he had a baby from another woman, he should take care of that baby himself, him and that other woman, not you. And you wouldn't. And she said, that's what I'm saying, so Gucci. And then after that, Tambria said, well, like I said earlier, me and Glen, we ain't never had unprotected sex, so we're gonna. And then Latrice chimed in and say, you've been saying that for the last 50 years that you and Demond only have protected sex, not unprotected sex. You still gonna be saying that for the next 50 years. Tabria said, go girl, go ahead on. And then next thing you know, the show ended. The first episode of one was really good. I was shocked and surprised by all the stuff that happened. Didn't happen to Marie in the last 2 years and stuff, but all of them did improve on their businesses and stuff. And I always did like Belle Collective. I was surprised that they didn't renew them earlier, but I'm glad they did do a season 2. They came out of the gate popping. I really like it. This is A. Wesley. That ain't even tells it like a T.I. is. I am out.